Guys, it's Cauliflower, and today I am doing a tag video. I wasn't specifically tagged for this video, but it is something that I saw on the Pigmented site by one of the lovely ladies that just signed up to be there, and her name is BeWhoYouWant92. She did a tag called the Be You tag video, which I think she came up with herself, and I thought that the questions were really something just different and more inclined to start inner searching and that kind of a thing. So I thought they were really good questions. I really wanted to do this tag, so I thought I would do it, and then of course I'm going to put some people down below that I think should do this tag too. So let's get started with the questions. There are 10 questions. The first one is, what is the most inspirational thing you have ever heard or seen? Now that's a thinker. What is the most inspirational thing I have ever heard or seen? I'm a person that goes upon how I feel, I guess organically. I respond to things as I see them or I hear them. I know music inspires me. I know people giving each other hugs makes me feel good. Watching people that you don't normally think would respond to each other usually makes me feel warm inside. But as far as inspirational, what have I seen, heard or seen? Probably the birth of my daughter. That's going to sound cliche because I'm sure a lot of people are going to say that. I'm sure there's a lot of things in my life that I've been inspired by. I know that I've written things when I was inspired. I know that I would do certain things. It depends on what it is. Sometimes it's a video. Sometimes it's something I've seen on the news. Sometimes it's music. Most of the time it's music because music inspires me to feel things and to express, and so that would be my answer. Number 2, who inspires you most in your life? Who inspires me most in my life is my daughter. She inspires me every day to be better. I know before she was born, I was all sorts of different things that I wasn't too proud of, especially in my attitude and in the way I thought about life and people in general. And I'm still having struggles with that. But my daughter, she's very accepting and she's very openly loving. She loves me no matter what. It's very unconditional. She responds to me, and that makes me feel very complete as a person because I never felt that way in a relationship. I never felt that way in my own growing up, that that I felt a part or a piece of somebody else and made them feel like they were part of me. So my daughter would definitely be the inspirational thing, or who inspires me, I'm sorry. Next question is, what is something you don't like about yourself? Oh man, I could go on here. This is something, if you asked me this a few years ago, we would probably be in a 3-hour video. But I would say the things I don't like about myself is my penchant to shut down very easily, my penchant to give up. It's gotten better over the years. I have definitely stopped doing a lot of negative things that I would do when it comes down to something. It depended on the situation. If somebody hurt me, or if somebody, if I had a falling out with somebody, or there was something that I felt I couldn't bounce back from, I would take that internally and it would affect other things. I would stop doing other things that I enjoyed, or I wouldn't put myself out there. I wouldn't give people a shot. I would kind of just push them away. I don't like that about myself. I still do that. I'm not going to lie to you. I still will push people away if I feel that they are going into territory I don't feel comfortable with. And then I would say my trusting issues, and there's valid reasons for that. Over the years, you know, because I'm such an open and loving person, I'm also a very cautious and very defensive person. So it depends on who you are. But if I feel like you're coming at me, or you're attacking me, or you're trying to test me in a way where you're not going to get it, you're not going to get what you're looking for, I will attack back, and I will also probably become something that you didn't expect me to become, and I don't like that. I don't like that feeling of being somebody I don't know, or respond, or having a response to somebody where I feel so ugly about it in my own heart that I can't live with it for more than 5 minutes. So there's a few things that I don't like about myself. How can I make it a positive thing? I think I have started to turn it around. I think I've been more honest with my feelings. I think I've admitted more things to people than I probably should. I've become a little bit more open and more willing to, at least in my videos, to give a lot of more personal background or more information about who I am as a person. And everything I say is genuine. I can't go anywhere else with that. I can't be a person that says that this happened in my life and pretend it to be something else. It is what it is. If I say that it happened, it happened. If it affected me, it affected me. I can't run from that kind of a thing. And the positive that I can get out of that is that if I tell that, if I share that experience with other people, they can see a real person. They can relate to that person. They can feel like they're not alone. They can feel like they can learn something. They can grow from me. And that is more beneficial and nourishing to me than anything else. So I would think that would be the more positive. Okay, what is my best quality? Probably my humor. I think that my humor has gotten worse. I just think that after a while that I get just a goofy sense of just making fun of myself, and sometimes making fun of situations, and sometimes even the darkest, deepest things that I've hurt over, or people that have hurt me, I can make a joke and try to laugh myself out of things, even if it means that I have to break myself out of feeling hurt or feeling upset or feeling that somebody broke me. I can laugh about it at some point. Next question is, what is something other people pick up on you for or don't like about you? How do you respond? I know what people don't like about me. People don't like that I can be bluntly, truthfully honest. They don't like it if I seem to say or expose them for something that is the truth about themselves that they're not willing or ready to hear. I have lost people in my life because of it, but they also loved me more for it, if that makes any sense. I've had boyfriends that would abuse me on the basis of that because, again, if I'm loving you, if I'm opening up to you, and I'm giving a part of myself to you, I expect that, or I did expect that back. And when it became something that came back to me in either a volatile way or a hurtful way, or set an example or try to make an example out of me only to make themselves look better way, then I would be bluntly and on the attack for their character, for their personality, and expose them for exactly who they are. And I'm not gonna lie, I still do that. If I feel like you are wrong about something, I'm not just gonna say you're wrong and that's it and walk away. No, I'm gonna tell you why. Only because I believe very strongly and deeply that we all learn and we all experience things through life, and at some point we're willing to teach somebody else, and if they're willing to hear it, they'll respond to it in a positive way. If they're not willing to hear it, they'll respond to it in a negative way. And I have had that situation happen to me more times than I can count. It happens to me at least every day, maybe every month, every week, every year. I'm not gonna, I'm not going to change who I am. I'm always going to express it when I feel it, and people either respond to that in a negative way, or, try to knock me down, or try to hurt me back, or try to dismantle trust, which is a big issue, or they respond to me the opposite way, where they're thankful, or they're more apt to wanting to open up to me, or they want to be my friend, or they want to know more, or, and it's almost like a tree you're tapping the sap out of, it's either you like what comes out of that tree or you don't. So that's that's a better way I can express that. Okay. What do others say is your best quality? What do others say is my best quality? I will go from some of the closer people in my life that tell me I have a good heart, and I have a good personality. I seem to be very social. I seem to be very accepting of people. I seem to be very outgoing. Do I agree with that all the time? No. That's is something that I realize that happens all the time. No, I don't always realize how open I can be or how socially out there I can be. I just feel and go upon my feelings. So sorry about that, guys. I got interrupted. Of course, the family came home, but I'm gonna finish. All right. So number 7 is the question is there anything you do to keep your confidence up? Oh man, these questions. Oh God, is there anything I do to keep my confidence up? Most likely, I will play music, put makeup on, yeah. Talk to the loved ones, you know. Sometimes a boost. Talk to my dad, you know, if I need, because he's good at that. He's good at giving me the old dad-daughter boost there, you know, giving me the confidence that tells me I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. Yeah, I guess those would be the things I do. Okay, number 8. Oh boy. What is your best advice on how to deal with negativity? Well, isn't that special? My best advice to deal with negativity is basically, let's see, don't feed it, don't fuel it, don't give it more fire than it needs. If you can, depending on what kind of negativity, if it's personal negativity, it's stuff that you're thinking of in your own mind, do everything you can to distract that, you know, tell yourself that you hear the negativity in your head and you're not listening, which is what I do. If it's with another person, you know what, if you can talk it out, if you can deal with it, if you can act like adults and you can, you know, actually sit down and have a conversation about whatever it is you're opposing on, then I would suggest doing that. If it's beyond that, I say walk away. I say ignore it. I say continue with your own life. Obviously, if negative people are going to try to bring you down, they are not necessary and they're toxic and they need to be out of your life. But I always believe that everybody deserves a second and third and fourth and fifth chance, because I'm one of those people that once you kick me, yeah, sure, kick me again until I don't get the message. But no, my ultimate thing is if it's obviously far gone, then you just need to move on. You know, that's it. Okay. Number 9. What is the best compliment you have ever received? Your daughter looks like you. That's the best compliment I've ever received. I don't see it. I think she's a hell of a lot prettier than I am, and she's got her own sense of look to me. But it's a huge compliment when people tell me, your daughter looks just like you. Yeah. Number 10, say something inspirational. Well, put somebody in the spot, why don't you? Something inspirational. You know, not something that I can just pull out of my hat and say, oh, blah, 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 and that's it. You know, I always say the same thing about everybody as far as giving in this world. You can only give if you really truthfully believe that you have something worth giving. And the only way you're going to understand that is if you love yourself. And once you do that, or once you find something you love about yourself, it's very easy to feel like you can overcome anything. You know, you can really overcome a lot of negativity. You can overcome a lot of obstacles. You can overcome just about anything thrown your way. If you really start to believe in yourself and know that even in the worst of times, you can rise above. So that's probably about the most inspirational I'm going to be. Before I start crying, before I start getting any more involved in this video, I am going to end it here. I will have a couple of people down below specifically, but I really would think that everybody in the YouTube community all together, just everybody should do this tag. I think it's a wonderful tag, and thank you for the girl who started it. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.